Here we are trying to solve another question which was asked in the recently concluded GATE 2019 examination. The interesting thing here is we are to find the value printed by the given piece of code. Now there are two functions here. There is the jumble function and there is the main function. Starting point of execution, remember this, and if you want you can even make a note. Starting point of execution of any program is the main method. So we will start examining the given code from the main method itself. So let us proceed line by line. We'll start from main, of course. Here you can find that we'll go line by line. Int x equal to 2, y equal to 5. Before I move on with the dry run of this piece of code, what you must observe here is the main method has two variables, x and y. This jumble method too has two variables with the same name, x and y. What I'll do here, in order to avoid any confusion whatsoever, I'll have a column for my main and I'll have another column for my method jumble. And what I'll do is I'll maintain the values of x and y in order for you to understand clearly what's going on. Let us proceed line by line. The first line in the main method is telling us that a value of 2 has been given to x and the variable y has been initialized with the value 5. X gets a value of 2, y gets 5. Now, in this line, the function jumble is called, and as you can see, if you can observe the function header, the jumble method has a return type of int. That means if I call this method, it will be expecting a return value, and that return value, that expected return value, will be assigned to this variable y. But the thing is, there you see it's jumble of y comma x. That means the value of y, which is 5 here, that will be passed to x, and the value of x here will be passed to y. See, look at the function definition header. It's int x comma int y. So if I am saying jumble of y comma x, y goes to x and x goes to y. So y goes to x gets a value of 5, and x goes to y. That means y gets a value of 2. And now the computation will move to this point, to this statement, because this statement here will lead to a transfer of control to the first line of the jumble function. And the first line of the jumble function is x equal to 2 star x plus y. Star here stands for multiplication, and since the multiplication operator has higher precedence than addition, what we'll do is we'll multiply x, which is the value of 5, with 2, getting a value of 10, and add it with the value of y, which is 2. So 10 plus 2 will give me 12, and this value of 12 will be assigned to x itself. So x gets a value of 12. Now after x gets a value of 12, you're also returning this value of x. And who is receiving this return value? The variable y. That means y will now change from 5 to 12. I hope this was quite simple. So y changes to 12. Now moving on to the next line. Again we are invoking the jumble function, and again in the same order, y comma x. So the value of y, which is 12, will again be passed to x. As a result, x will now get a value of 12. That means there is no change here. And this value of x, which is 2, will be passed to y. Again, there is no change in value. So y gets a value of 2. Again, this operation, this arithmetic, in fact, there are multiple arithmetic operations here. One multiplication, one addition. So 2 into 12 will give me 24. And if I add that with 2, I'll get 26. And this value of 26 is assigned to x itself. So x again gets a value of 26. And I'm returning this value of x. But what's interesting here is, if I look at the main method, the statement here now is x equal to jumble of y comma x. That means the return value, which is coming from x once again, will now be placed in this variable x in place of y. So x now has a value of 26. Now once x has a value of 26, what I observe here is the printf statement wants to display the value of x, which I got to be 26. And which value of x? The value of x in the main method. And the value of x in the main method, after all these statements have finished executing, is 26. This was another numerical answer type question. So we had to in fact we had to key in the exact answer, and the exact answer happens to be 26. I hope this really helps you. This was, according to me, the easiest one out of all the C programming questions that were asked in this year's GATE examination. This was the easiest one. I hope you have understood this. If you have any doubts, you can leave it in the comment section below. I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Thank you.